wonderful students. We are on our chapter review. So that means page number 883. And our chapter review means we're done with this chapter and we're taking our test tomorrow. Test tomorrow. Smiley face. So we're going to do this review together. Hopefully this helps you get ready for your test. So let's take a look. Fill in the circle next to the best answer. The capacity of a container measures time? No. The customary unit? That confuses me. I don't think so. The metric unit? No, it measures both of those. So it's got to be the amount of something that can hold. And that's what that one is. The customary, in the U.S., the customary units of length are measured in which of the following? Meters and centimeters, inches, feet, yards, and miles, minutes and hours, days and weeks. Well, we're talking length. So minutes and hours is out and days and weeks is out. So in the U.S., the customary use is this one, inches, feet, yards, and miles. This one is the rest of the world and science. The metric system is based on which of the following? Is it based on fractions? No. Is it based on inches? No. Gallons? No. It's decimals. It's got our powers of 10, which is awesome when we're having to do all that multiplication and division. When you convert from feet to inches, what are you're doing which of the following? You're changing the unit, determining capacity, determining mass, or determining volume. Well, we're not talking about volume, we're talking about inches to feet. We're not talking about mass, we're not talking about capacity. We're changing the unit. We're changing from feet to inches, so we're doing F. And then finally, the last one says, when you're finding the mass of an object, you're determining what? The quantity of matter in it, and sometimes its weight. It's a little bit different, but it's the quantity of matter in the object is its mass. It's not its height or its length. Okay, let's turn the page. If you need more time, feel free to pause or go back. So we're going to have to write at the top of this, big to small, multiply. Small to big, divide. That's going to help us on all of this. So we're going inches to feet. How many inches are in 1 foot? 12 inches in 1 foot. We are going small to big. We're dividing. 84 divided by 12. 84 divided by 12. If you know your math facts, you know that that is 7. And it equals 84 exactly. So 84 inches is 7 feet. 9 yards equals how many inches? We're going big to small. We're multiplying. How many inches are there in 1 yard? Does anyone remember? It is 36. So we're going to multiply 36 times 9. I've got to write out my facts. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 3 is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So 9 yards is 324 inches. Excuse me. 7,920 yards is how many miles? We're going small to big. We're going to divide, but Mrs. Bedell doesn't like this problem, and so we are going to skip it. Officially, it's 7,920 divided by 1,000. I have to look it up, and that's why I don't like this question. Let me see if I can find it. How many yards are in a mile? The answer is 1,760. But this is like never used in real life, so I don't like that one. 64,000 pounds is how many tons? Does anybody remember how many pounds are in 1 ton? It is 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So we are going small to big. We're dividing. 64,000 divided by 2,000. If you remember, we have zeros in the dividend and the divisor, so we can cross off our twins. That one and that one, that one and that one, that one and that one. Now we have 2 into 64, or 2 into 6, 2 into 4, 32 tons. 64,000 pounds is 32 tons. Number 10, we're going to convert 7.5 pounds into ounces. Does anybody remember how many ounces are in a pound? 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. And don't worry, on your test tomorrow, I will be giving you guys the chart for all these conversions. So you don't have to remember them. You don't have to remember them. 1 pound is 16 ounces. We're going big to small. We multiply. So we're going to do 7.5 times 16. There's a couple ways we can do that. We can do partial products. We can change it to a decimal of 7.5. We can change it to a mixed number to an improper fraction. There's so many ways we can do it. I'm going to do partial products. So I'm going to do 7 times 16 plus 1/2 times 16. So 7 times 16, I'm going to do right here. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. That's 112. The first one is, that right there is 112. And then 1/2 times 16, I know that's a 16 over 1. 16 times 1 is 16, 2 times 1 is that. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So this one is 8. So 112 plus 8 is 120 ounces. "62 ounces is how many pounds in ounces?" So we're going ounces small to pounds big. There's 16 ounces in 1 pound. So I'm going to go 62 divided by 16. I don't know how many times it would fit. I'm going to guess about 3. Let's do some work on the side. 48. Would another one fit? 16 times 4, 24, 4, 5, 6. Definitely not. Oh, no, it just went over. So we're going to do 16 times 3, which is 48, and then subtract. We have a 14, so it's 3 pounds, 14 ounces. 3 pounds, 14 ounces. Number 12, 7 pints equals how many cups? 7 pints equals how many cups? If you've forgotten how many pints excuse me, are in a cup, you can look at page number 839. And it says there 1 pint is 2 cups. So 1 pint equals 2 cups. So we're going big to small, multiply. So 7 times 2 is 14. 7 pints is 14 cups. And now on number 13, we're doing cups to quarts. Cups to quarts. You might want to get out your gallon man. Cups to quarts. 1 quart is 2 pints. So 1 quart equals 2 pints, and 1 pint equals 2 cups. So this is a multi-step one. So we're going cups small to quarts. We're going to multiply. So we're going to multiply times 2 times 2. So 12 times 2 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. So 12 cups. Oh, Mrs. Bodell did it the wrong way. It's division. It's division. It's small to big. We divide. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 12 cups is 3 quarts. Excuse me. 72 pints is how many gallons? We are also going small to big, divide. Pints to gallons. pints to gallons. We've got a quart is 2 pints and a gallon is 4 quarts. Oops. We've got pints. We can't go straight to gallons because we don't know that one unless you have your gallon man with you. So hold on a second. I got to go back to my page 839 where my capacity is. And again, this will be on your test. You won't have to look it up. We are starting with pints and we're going to quarts. 1 quart equals 2 pints. And 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So we're going to have to divide by 2 and then by 4. So 72 divided by 2 is 36. And then we do 36 divided by 4. We know that math fact is 9. So 72 pints are 9 gallons. Okay, very last one, my friends. 120 millimeters equals how many centimeters? There are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. I'm going small to big. I must divide. 120 divided by 10. I've got my zeros. It's 12 centimeters. Okay, let's see if you guys remember how to make a line plot and then find the fair share or the average. So these are all 0 to 1. I've got a half. I like to always draw that first. And then a fourth is right there. And then it also has a third, which is in between those two. Sorry, that's hard to see. So let's count them up. I've got 1/4. I've got 2 of those. 1/2. I've got 1, 2, 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. And then 1/3, I've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, to find the fair share, we have to add them all up. So we have a fourth plus a fourth, which is 2/4 or 1/2. I have a third plus a third plus a third, or a third times 3, which is 3/3 or 1. And then a half plus a half plus a half, which is 3/2 or 1 and 1/2. Now I add those up. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, divided by, how many x's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 divided by 8. Now that's a hard one to draw out, so you're just going to go 3 divided by 8. Which number always goes in the house? The first number always goes in the house. You can't go 8 into 3, so we're going to put a decimal and annex our 0. We're going to go 8 into 3.0. Same thing. 8 goes into that 3 times, which is 24. 6, I bring down a 0. 8 goes into 60. That's a 3 up there. 7 times, which is 56. 704. 5.375 is the fair share or the average. Okay, my friends, we're almost done. Last page. Last page of our problem solving over here. Number 17, it says, Brianna has quarters, dimes, and nickels in her purse. You know what? Let's skip that one. That one is different. That's a different one. Skip number 17. A detergent bottle holds 700 milliliters. Find its capacity in liters. Well, I know that 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. Going small to big, I'm going to divide. So I have 700 divided by 1,000. I have to move my decimal. I can cross off if I want until I run out. So now I'm going to move my decimal 1 place to make it smaller. So it's 0.7 liters. When Quentin flew from New York City to Atlanta, the pilot announced that they were flying at 33,000 feet. How many miles is that? This is one that's always fun to remember. 33,000. We're going feet to miles. We're going small to big, so we're going to divide. How many feet are in 1 mile? 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So we have to divide by 5,280. That can't go into 3, can't go into 33, can't go into 330, can't even go into 3,300. So it's going to go all the way in here. If it's about 5,000, into about 30,000. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000. I'm going to try 6 times. So I'm going to go over some scratch side times 6. 12, 31. Okay, so it fits 6 times. And we have 31,680. I have to subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 8, I can't do that. I can't take 8 away from nothing, so I have to borrow all the way over here. This becomes a 10 and then a 9. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. It says to write it as a mixed number. This is my fraction. My fraction is a crazy fraction over 5,280. You can cross off the zeros because we're dividing. There's a numerator and a denominator, which is a divisor and a dividend. And then we definitely can divide out a 2 out of both of them. So 132 divided by 2 is 66. And the bottom number divided out a 2 is 264. So it's 6, and right now we're at 66 264ths. I definitely can take out, let me see if I can take out 6 out of 264. Oops, you guys cannot see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. We can. So if we divide the top by 6 and the bottom by 6, we get 11 44ths. And I even can take out an 11 from that. 11 divided by 11 is 1. And 44 divided by 11 is a 4th. So it's 6 1/4 miles. 33,000 feet is 6 1/4 miles. 2 questions left. Decca measured the mass of 100 sheets of paper as 1,500 grams. How many kilograms is this? So we're going grams small to kilograms big. Small to big we divide. 1,500 divided by how many grams on a kilogram? 1,000. So I'm going to move my decimal 3 spots. Starts here. I go bump, bump, bump. I'm getting smaller. So 1.5 kilograms is this. If you weren't sure which way to go, watch what happens if you go the other way. Bump, bump, bump. Did my number get smaller? Did I divide? No, it got way bigger. So that's how you know which way to move your... Sometimes I don't know which way, so I try both and I go, oh, I'm dividing, I got to get smaller. Last question. Maisha is using special paint for her artwork. The art supply store charges $1.50 per cup of paint. She needs 2 pints of blue, 3 cups of green, 1.5 quarts of orange, and 1/2 cup of yellow. How much will she pay? Whew, this is a multi-step problem. So we need to get everything into cups. So let's make a little bit of a chart. The yellow is already 1/2 of a cup. And I'm going to cross it off. And then the green is already in cups. And it's 3 cups. Now, the blue, she has 2 pints. 2 pints. And I'm going to go back to my capacity rules. And remember, you will have these on the test. And I know that there's 2 cups in every pint. So I'm going to multiply by 2. So the blue is 2 times 2, or 4 cups. And then the last one is 1.5 quarts of orange. She has 1 1/2 quarts times how many cups are in a quart? a quart, well, there's 2 pints, and there's 2 cups in each one. So 2 times 2, it's 4. 1.5 times 4. I'm going to do partial products. 1 times 4 is 4, and a half times 4 is 2. 4 halves. 4 halves. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 6. She needs 6 cups of that. So let's just add the whole numbers. 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 3. So she has 13 and 1/2 cups of paint in total. And the store charges how much per cup? $1.50 per cup of paint. So we're going to multiply this times $1.50. So let's do partial products. Let's do 13 times $1.50. So I'm going to do 1.50 times 13. Do my ones place first. Cross it off when I'm done and immediately write my 0. Add, and now I'm going to move my decimal over 2 places. It's hard to see, but that's 1950. That part of it is 1950. And then I have a half times $1.50. 1/2 times 1.5. 1.5 is 1.5. So I can turn that into a, I can do it either way, but 2 times 1 is 2 plus 3. 3 halves times 1/2 equals 3/4. Multiply the numerator, multiply the denominator. And that makes little sense to you if you think about it. You have 1.5 pizzas, and if you divide that in half, then each of you gets 1, 2, 3/4. So we're going to add 75 cents, 3/4 to 1950. 25. $20.25. And if you didn't even want to do that last part with the halvesies, you could have been at 1950 and you would have seen like, oh, I'm going to add more than all of that. So it has to be more than 1950. Great work, my friends. Don't forget you will have these capacity rules on your test tomorrow, so don't stress about that. And I hope you guys have a great day.